Hey there and welcome to Olivia's Catastrophe. I'm Olivia-Savannah and today we are starting a reading vlog, and this reading vlog is going to start with a very exciting unboxing. So if you don't know about Waypoint Books is an independent bookshop that's run online, and they have a subscription box that you can sign up to monthly. And this subscription box is like no other because it's not the same book being sent out to everyone. It's a 2-book subscription box and it's catered to your reading choice specifically. So the bookshop owner is Hannah, and Hannah also has a YouTube channel, Ladette M, and she will, for this subscription box, go through your Goodreads or your Storygraph or whichever platform you use to track your reading, and she will become familiar with your taste. And then when it's time for your subscription to roll around, she will send you 3 books that she thinks you might not know but you might enjoy based on a form that you filled out and based on your reading taste. And you can choose between those 3 books to say, this is the book that I want for my subscription box this month. But as I mentioned, it's actually a 2-book subscription box. So the second book that she gives you will be an entire surprise. You won't know what it is, but rest assured that she'll have gone through your reading taste, analysed and picked the best upcoming book for you that she thinks you might love, but you don't know that you will love yet. So I've got my subscription box books in here, which I'm very excited to open and see which books Hannah has chosen for me. I did choose one from her 3 recommendations, and her recommendations were on point. So I'm very excited for that book, but I also get to see what the surprise book is as well. As I'm opening this and struggling to open it because I'm me, I'll let you know that there is the option to join in with this subscription box. You don't have to be in the UK. Waypoint Books does ship internationally, and if you would like to get a discount on signing up for this subscription box, then you can use my code Olivia-FM23. So the code is Olivia-FM23, and I'll have that down in the description box. When you're signing up and purchasing your subscription, you just put that code into the coupon code slot, and there you go. If you use that code, you get 30% off your first subscription package, and you can use that code anytime from now until New Year's Eve. So it just goes until the end of the year. So if you were just even trying to do 1 month to see what you think of the subscription, I really recommend you do it. Ooh, look at that. They're wrapped in such lovely paper. Oh, okay, I'm excited. I'm gonna open this one first. They're so lovingly wrapped. I love it. It's like unwrapping a birthday present. Okay, so this is the one that I chose for myself. So this is In the Watchful City by Qiouyi. This one is a speculative and futuristic world with a non-binary main character. It's got BIPOC LGBT+ rep because of the main character, and also partially disabled rep. It's not too long as well, which I personally love. I love a good like sci-fi futurism novella, and it sounds like this is going to be just that, so that's why I chose it. It's falling into the sci-fi novella mood that I've been into. And now we've got my surprise book here, so I don't know what this one is going to be. This is one that Hannah has totally chosen for me, judging from my tastes. It's a manga. Oh, I've been like trying to get a bit more into manga. I've been watching a lot of anime, and this is Jujutsu Kaisen volume 1 by Gege Akutami, and yes, I'm so excited for this. Everybody says that this is such a good anime to watch, and I actually haven't watched it yet. I'm very excited to have volume 1 in my hands. Jujutsu Kaisen is about this character who's really strong, so every sports club wants him on their team, but he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to be with the school outcasts in this like occult club that they're going on, and the club gets their hand on a cursed object and they don't realize the terrors that they are about to unleash. So there we have it, my 2 first books from this book subscription. I'm so excited. They're the perfect ones for me. Both of them are ones that I want to read, and so what we're going to do for the rest of this vlog is we're going to read these 2 books. We're going to read my subscription box books so they come onto my TBR and off of it very quickly, and so we can see how good Hannah's recommendations really are, but hopefully they'll be great. bit of a mellow day, but that is okay. I am feeling a bit like tired and exhausted, and I just feel like there's been a lot happening, a lot that gets my energy. So I'm just gonna spend today, because Simone's not here now, I'm gonna spend today just by myself, I think, and I'm not gonna do anything. I do need to go to Stratford to pick up some stuff from my old flat. Mel just keeps going to my old flat no matter how many times I tell people I've moved, but I'm gonna pick up some mail. But other than that, I think it's just gonna be a quiet day to myself. And I'm going to Edinburgh tomorrow, which will appear in a different video, but I'm just gonna have a quiet day, have an introvert day basically. And this morning I just woke up and I went outside to read because it wasn't hot yet and it was peaceful and quiet, and I read the first 50 pages of In the Watchful City, which puts me about a quarter of the way through. I still don't really know what this book is about, even though I've read the synopsis. So this book is about this city called Aura, and we're following Amina, who is this extrasensory human tasked with surveying and protecting the people within the city of Aura. And they only know the boundaries of Aura, they only know the city that they've been made to protect. But when a mysterious stranger shows up offering these goods that transport you to different places and different stories, Amina starts questioning everything that they know about what they've been taught and how they look after a city. And it says, in the tradition of Italo Calvino's Invisible Cities, the author has written a multifaceted story of borders, power, diaspora and transformation, and Invisible Cities was the only Italo Calvino book that I could get through. So actually that makes a lot of sense. So for the first quarter we've already seen through one of these objects one of the stories, and I have to say that was my favourite thing that I've read so far in this book. I really liked the story, I kind of liked its message, its themes, and how it felt like one of those moral tales. And I think often fantasy and fairy tales and fairy tale retellings get the whole like you tell tales to someone to be able to teach them something, and sci-fi doesn't lean that much or that heavily on the telling tales narrative to reflect some of the things that are happening and realizations that the character is going through. So I actually liked seeing it in this sci-fi book, and I thought it was a very good tale. And then in terms of being in Aura and the world building we're having so far in the sci-fi world, I feel like we're still warming up, we're still getting there. I've definitely got more a grip on what Amina as an extrasensory human can do, but I definitely need to keep on reading and find out more. So I'm a quarter of the way through and it's going good and steady. But now it's time to have some breakfast. I finally decided what I wanted to eat. This took me quite a while. Lately I've been having a lot of indecision, and that's not usually me. I'm usually like this, that and this, and done. Decisions are made. But for the past week it's been an indecisive mess. So I finally decided what I want to eat for breakfast. So I'm gonna make it, I think I'm gonna put music in and just like surround myself with music. Again, a very introvert thing for me to do. Like one of my introvert recharging ways is definitely listening to music that I like and just letting it surround me, and then I will continue reading. Hello friends, it's been such a chill day. The mellow feeling has really extended into the entirety of my day. I've done nothing on my to-do list, and that's just fine when you're feeling this way. So I've just been making myself food again and again in different ways. Banana smoothies, just little bits and pieces. I finished a book that wasn't this book, but the important part for this vlog is that I am now halfway through In the Watchful City, and I'm enjoying it. I'm warming up to it more and more the more I read it. I also just really like the ease with which this has so much queer representation in this. So as of me filming this vlog, it is June, which is Pride Month, so this just feels perfect because we see like non-binary rep, and I just read one of the stories that had trans rep in it, and I just really like how casually thrown in that rep is, and it's never questioned, never like argued against. We've got talking animals in this, there's a talking snake involved, which is fascinating to me, and I just like how boundless the sci-fi world is. And even though we're staying contained in the city, you just get such a clear glimpse into what the rest of the world is like and some of the other politics and prejudices that are going in the different lands within this sci-fi world. So over the course of reading these next 50 pages, I've got a better grip on what Amina does and what they do, not only as part of their job but also how they function in the world, and that's been quite fascinating to gradually learn bits and pieces more and more of it. But you also get to see more of their history, and I just loved the way that they did that because they switched into the poetic format for the character's history, and I just loved getting to see different types of formats within the book. I think there's so much experimentation to be done in narrative, and sci-fi is like the perfect place for that narrative to show that experimentation. So falling into poetry to show some of Amina's background was really, really interesting, especially as I didn't even figure that Amina could have a background in the first place. So that was interesting. And I also literally just finished at the halfway mark the second story. As I've mentioned, there's some stories that kind of tell you something about the world and reflect moral values that Amina as a character is taking on, and I really like this story. It made me squirm. So even though this is not a horror book, this made me squirm. It did make me squirm, and the fairy tales do have a darker tone to them, but I don't think it's horror in any which way or form. I wouldn't say that. The elements that making me squirm are things that happen in real life, in everyday life. So that story was intense and I liked it. I think it did show something that will come up later in the story. So overall, I'm enjoying this. I'm having a good time with it. I don't actually have any criticisms. I would say that I just want the sci-fi world to just keep building, continue on with what it's doing, because I want more answers with how the gleaming works and why the gleaming is so important. But otherwise, I'm vibing. I'm having a good time. I so rarely order myself takeout, but I'm the only one here. There's no point in me cooking a meal for myself, and I often cook in quantities where there's leftovers, and as I'm going to Edinburgh tomorrow, I can't have leftovers. But my mellow feeling, the problem is it's not letting me pack. I don't feel like packing, but I need to pack tonight. So I'm hoping to eat my food. I'm going to watch some anime. I started Kuroko's Basketball ages ago. Ages ago. Over a year ago now, I think. So if you were here for vlogs over a year ago, I was watching season 1 of Kuroko's Basketball, and I'm still watching season 1 of Kuroko's Basketball because that is how rubbish I am at watching TV series. I think I'm gonna watch an episode of that, eat my takeout food. I've got Jamaican food, yay, rah rah, I love Jamaican food, where I don't have to spend hours cooking it myself. And I will continue reading and hopefully pack. Hopefully pack. So I just read the first quarter of Jujutsu Kaisen, which is the second book that I got in the book box, which was my surprise book. And it's a surprise to me too, because I thought I would finish the first book and then get onto this one, but I was just in the mood to read manga. So I did. It was so good. It was so entertaining. I really liked the opening line to this. So this is before the book even starts, when the author's just like a little author's note, and it was, the other day I saw a video of myself laughing hysterically. I was a little taken aback by how demonic I looked. I hope you enjoyed that type of person's first graphic novel. So that's just like the author themselves kicking off your introduction to the book, and I just already really like it. They've already jumped right into it. So of course there's like a little bit about the emotional background of why Itadori does all of the things that he does and like what motivates him in life, but also it just jumps right into like the demons and the curses and all of the action that you're gonna get, and you can already see that there's like humor sprinkled in with the story, which I really like. I just love when there's like a bit of action, a bit of humor. In a way it's kind of cozy, but in a way it's absolutely not, and I think I'm gonna really like this. This is still very much like the beginning, the opening, the first 50 pages, but I do think I'm really gonna like it. And I thought so much so that I was gonna like it that I immediately after reading those first 50 pages went and watched the first episode, because I kind of felt like I paused somewhere where an episode might end. I was not right. I watched 21 minutes of the first 23-minute episode. I had to stop because the last 2 minutes were things that I probably haven't seen yet. I'm enjoying this whole like read a bit then watch the episode up until where I am kind of situation that I've kicked off. And watching the episode was quite funny because it's almost word for word, panel for panel, the same. More so there's a bit more like through to it, because of course panels aren't moving elements, but it's literally so close, and every now and again there's like a slight difference or a slight change, which I find entertaining to be able to spot them. But the anime is just as good, and it's kind of made me fall even more in love with Itadori's character to start with. So I'm going to continue reading this today, and I might continue watching a bit more of the anime, and then I'll get back to you with some more thoughts. Can't see that. Hello! Just a quick one from me because I just finished reading Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 1 and I loved it. I gave this book 5 stars. It's a new favourite, and basically Hannah nailed it. She surprised me with this surprise book, and it's basically my favourite read of the month. So I would say that that is very well curated to my taste. And now what we're going to do is finish reading the other book, which is in the Watchful City. I've got about 100 pages left, and I'm just going to read them all in one go and then come back to you with my final thoughts. But because what we do here is we read books and drink tea, I'm going to get another tea from my tea calendar, and I'm going to try that tea while I finish off my book, come back and tell you tea and book thoughts, and let you know how Hannah did with my first Waypoint book box. But I didn't bring the tea to this sitting position, so let me go get the tea. We have the tea calendar. It has returned. What number do we need now? I think 19. I think we're 19. We're going places. Okay, so 19 is Tulsi Clarity. I've never heard of this. A sacred blend flowering with vibrant clarity. So I guess Tulsi is a flower. Love for when all is frantic, like sacred herbs bring clarity to your Christmas. Well, it's not Christmas anymore, but hopefully it'll bring me clarity. I don't know what type of flower Tulsi is. Tulsi leaf blend. I've never heard of this before. So that's going to be interesting to try something, a herb that I've never heard of before. Wow, these colours are so warm, but I'm here to close out this vlog because I finished reading in the Watchful City. I'm on a spinny chair if you haven't realised, and I'm going to continue to spin. So I thought this was a good book. I read the last fairy tale-esque short story that kind of brought everything together, and it was especially preluded by things that happened in right before that scene that were quite emotionally intense. So I'm going to leave content warnings for this book in particular down below, and I'll also leave content warnings for Jujutsu Kaisen down below. But yeah, this one got a bit emotionally intense at the end, and it kind of makes sense because it's looking at life and the constraints in life and how we choose to live our lives. But I do think overall I liked this, but I didn't love it. I think I'm going to give it a middle of the road rating, and it has a lot of things that I look for in sci-fi, but I don't think the ending quite landed for me. And I can see how the fairy tale stories kind of linked together to make an outcome, but I did want that outcome to hit harder, and I wanted those stories to link in even more to the kind of choices and revelations, I would say, that the main character has at the end. I think this kind of book kind of reminds me of a sci-fi version of A Monster Calls, where there's no grief involved, but it's more so like grieving for yourself and the choices that you've made, and the storytelling weaves into it in a very similar way to A Monster Calls. But yes, this was a good one, a middle of the road one, but this is also the one that I picked for myself out of the 3 books, so I cannot fault Hannah for curating this one for me, because 50% of it was my choice, but also it is kind of everything that I would typically like. I just didn't vibe with this one as much as I would do with other sci-fi novellas, and it's not because it's short, and it's not because it's a novella. I know lots of people don't tend to like novellas because they find them too short, but that's actually not the case here. I think it was the perfect length for the story that it was. I just needed a bit of a bigger impact ending, but I loved that it had different forms. I loved that it had non-binary main characters and good black representation in there too. I really liked the concept and the world. I wish we delved into it a little bit more, and I just wanted the plot to land a bit more. So all in all, I do think I have to say this, like, I know you can use my code and you can get a discount, and I'll have all the information down below, but I really like this book box because it's so specifically curated to me and my taste, and I don't see any other book boxes doing that right now because they're too big. They're catering to a really big list. But if you want to support an independent bookshop and get books that are independently and individually chosen for you, then Waypoint Books is the book box subscription that you don't know about, that you really should, and is worth your time and money. And here we have a cup of tea that has been brewing for a little bit, the Tulsi tea. And I think it's been brewing for long enough that I should be able to sip it and not burn. So let's do that and give it a taste test. I had too much fun making this. I was listening to like Running Out of Time by Paramore, and I was feeling myself even though I need to get to sleep. That's interesting. This is so interesting to me. I love trying a new flavour that I've never heard about before. It's a tiny bit too hot though. Oh, I really like this. So it's a tiny bit too hot. I can start to feel my tongue burning after taking consecutive sips, but I really like this tea. I really like the floral flavour to it. It sounds like it's going to be a colourful herb or a colourful flower. I don't think, it's probably like word association going on in my brain, but Tulsi tastes like drinking tulips, but it's tulips flavoured tea. I don't know if that's what Tulsi really is, but to me that's what it tastes like. It tastes like a colourful herb or flower brewed into a tea that's actually quite dark. I expected it to be a lighter colour. I think I expected it to be the more chamomile yellow. I don't know if you can see the colour, and I'm wary of tilting my cup too much to tip it out. But yeah, I did think it was going to be more of a chamomile-y colour. Okay, it looks like it's chamomile colour. It's not. It's darker than that. It looks like a light shade of a natural Earl Grey, like an Earl Grey before you steeped it too long. And it's delicious. That's actually really delicious. I think that's maybe one of my favourite ones from the advent calendar right there. That's how good it is. Anyway, this has been a fun vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section down below, have you ever subscribed to a book box? Which ones are you subscribed to, or were you subscribed to? Do you want to try out Waypoint? Don't forget to use my code. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video. And you know what they say, onwards and upwards. Excelsior!